Taking a quick look at this Bluetti AC180P. So this is interesting because the AC180 just came out, right? I mean, it's a pretty new model from Bluetti, and well, I guess now we have a new version. So this is interesting, and you're looking at this, you're almost probably a little confused by this. I mean, I am. I don't, I don't know. This is AC180P. So okay, and obviously the kind of the big thing you notice right off the bat is the orange accents, right? So this is interesting. I haven't actually seen Bluetti use orange accents, this kind of jackery color scheme, since the original AC50S, right? Or I think it was the AC50 actually first debuted with the orange and black. And that was back when, everybody was copying Jackery, and actually, Jackery had more market share of these power stations than Bluetti did at the time, right? So that was kind of, Bluetti just trying to get people to notice their brand. So, but now I kind of feel like Bluetti's probably got more recognition in this power station market, right? Especially for like home backup than Jackery does. So I don't know, like the orange accents with the blue screen and then the green buttons. Like, in fact, I think the AC180 is quite an attractive looking unit. So, but yeah, I mean, like I said, maybe you're a fan of Jackery, so you might want to take a look at this thing. Now, the specs here, it's actually different too. This isn't just a, color change. So this is the AC180P. We actually get a larger battery. So it is 1440 watt hours now. So the AC180 was 1152, I think. So yeah, a pretty good bump in capacity. Now what's interesting about this is it is the same case. So I don't know what's going on here. There's a couple of things that I guess could be going on, right? I think number one, the first theory is that the AC180, they didn't fill it up quite as much as they could, right? I mean, they didn't put as much capacity in it as the case could hold, right? And I think this kind of makes sense because this AC180, they listed this at 35 pounds, which is quite a bit heavier than some of the competition, like the Jackery 1000 Plus. Actually has a little bit more capacity and weighs less. Or if you look at things like the Delta 2, the Anchor C1000, those have a little bit less capacity, but they weighed a lot less, like 9-10 pounds less, right? So that would kind of make sense that, the reason the AC180, this regular version here, weighed a little bit more than we would expect, because they weren't even trying to optimize it for 1152 watt hours, right? It was originally designed apparently to accommodate 1440 watt hours, right? So that's one theory. Now, the other theory is because they actually list this thing as 35 pounds still. They haven't changed the weight on it. Now, that could just be an error, It probably is. Maybe it is. But maybe it's not, I mean, maybe they're still saying this thing's lightweight and portable, so I don't know. The other theory is then that maybe they got some newer LFP cells that just have higher energy density, right? And so they're putting it in this new AC180P model, and you're paying for that too, right? So maybe you're getting more capacity, the same exact weight, because these newer, more expensive cells have higher energy density. That's another theory, because guess what? The price on this 180p version is a lot higher. So that I could kind of see being the case as well. So, basically it's $1,300, and then they do have a $200 coupon. So at the time of this video, that's what, $1,100? And then if we actually jump to the the regular AC180 here, it's a lot cheaper, like a lot cheaper. So the standard price is 1,000, but then they have $330 coupon, right? So that's like 670 if I do my math right. In fact, let's just pull up the calculator. You later. And let's just, let's just start doing some math here real quick. So this is, what did I say? It was 670 divided by 1152. So, okay, 58 cents per watt hour. For this is the standard AC180. Now let's do the other one. Let's just kind of switch over to this new AC180P, which, are we going to go with that theory that maybe these are new higher energy density cells? Are we going to go with that? I don't know. Or maybe someone can just leave a comment too. If they have one of the regular AC180s, does it really weigh 35 pounds? As I mentioned, it seems a little high, but maybe it does. Maybe, like I said, those are just cheaper cells. But yeah, so let's just kind of do the math on this. What did I say? It was $1,100, right? Let's kind of do that divided by, what was it, 1440 watt hours, I think? Yeah, so 76 cents, a little over 76 cents per watt hour. So that's a lot more, right? That's a lot more. And the disappointing part about this is that appears to be the only difference. So we still get the 1800 watt inverter, and we still get, they advertise that they do have the Powerlifting up to 2700 watts, which, if you have an 1800 watt inverter, I don't really see the appeal of the Powerlifting feature, but, it is there. And then for the charging, that's the same as well. So it's the same speed is what it is. So 80% in 1 hour now, whereas the AC180 could do it in 45 minutes, right? And it's the same story with the solar input. It's unfortunately still the same. So it's still that 7909, and it's still only limited to 10 amps. And again, they say 500 watts, but it's going to be difficult to hit that, right? Because you'd have to have the solar panels outputting 50 volts in order to get, the 10 amps, which is going to give you the 500 watts, right? And now for, 1440 watt hour unit, that, compared to some of the other models that are out there, I mean, it's just not that great, right? I mean, Anchor, EcoFlow, Jackery even, GrowWatt. Basically, if you want to do some big solar with this stuff, with these power stations, and you want to have something in this size range, around 1,000 watt hours to 1,500 watt hours, and you want to do a lot of solar, there's just going to be better options, right? So, but still, it's not bad. It's not bad. You can definitely use that. I mean, you can definitely use it still. Now, this is interesting. They actually show this, like, take a look at this little diagram here. They're actually showing a B80 with the orange accents, and if you look over here, they're calling it the B80P. So I don't know. That would be interesting to see too if that one has a little bit more capacity, right? Yeah. So just a quick overview of this new AC180P. Like I said, I feel like we don't have the whole story here of what's really going on. But as of right now, I just, like I said, I don't know if I'd recommend going this route, just because the price per watt hour, right, is just higher, and all the other specs are pretty much the same. And to me, it just doesn't look. I don't care for this orange. I don't care for the orange accents, to be honest. I think just go for the regular AC180, and that's I think it's just going to suit you better, to be honest. Unless unless maybe you really like orange. I don't know. Let me know in the comments if any of you guys like this orange Bluetti. But yeah, so that's just kind of the quick overview, the quick comparison to the AC180. And the B80P too. I think that might be something to take a look at in another video. So let's just wrap this one up. Hopefully you found it interesting or helpful. And yeah, thanks for watching.